Всех еще раз приветствую, и сейчас мы кое-что расскажем, прежде чем начнем читать. Итак, сегодня Паддингтон отправится на экскурсию. Я думаю, что каждый из вас был на экскурсии. И вот в Англии экскурсии необычные. Необычные, потому что там есть вот такие автобусы, которые называются hop-on, hop-off buses. Это значит, что вы садитесь, на такой экскурсионный автобус и ездите по всем красивым местам, где можете выходить и заходить снова. Конечно, здесь самые удобные места на втором этаже, в первом ряду, и все хотят занять эти места, и, наверное, возникают даже какие-то толкучки, когда люди пытаются занять это место. Так, смотрим дальше. Что еще понадобится тем, кто отправляется на экскурсию? A booklet. Конечно же, все всегда видели, и у многих, наверное, были такие буклеты с собой. Так, далее, кто же нам помогает на экскурсии? Экскурсовод. И у этого экскурсовода может быть a whistle. So this is a whistle for a two captain. This is a whistle for a two captain. А также у экскурсовода может быть еще кое-что. Еще кое-что. An umbrella. Зонтики даже некоторые экскурсоводы в Англии поднимают и таким образом собирают группы своих посетителей. Итак, и также всем путешествующим необходимы деньги или вот такие вот монеты. So we can see here some coins. В Англии обычно очень много народу, и в Лондоне тем более. И кто рано успел занять место какое-то, про тех говорят. The early bird catches the worm. The early bird catches the worm. Вот вы видите такую миленькую птичку здесь, и у нее в клювике червячок. Вот, значит, кто рано встает, тому Бог подает. Есть такой аналог у нас в русском языке. Ну, а здесь вот такой вариант. Итак, теперь мы готовы отправиться в наш Grand Tour вместе с Паддингтоном. Та-дам! Ready, steady, go. So, Grand Tour. Yes, Grand Tour. Paddington and the Grand Tour by Michael Bond. Okay. One morning, Paddington answered the doorbell at number 32 Windsor Gardens, and to his surprise, he found his best friend, Mr. Gruber, waiting outside. I've decided to treat myself to an outing, Mr. Brown, he said, and I was wondering if you would care to join me. Paddington was very excited. He always enjoyed his days out with Mr. Gruber, and he didn't need asking twice. In no time at all, he returned with his suitcase full of marmalade sandwiches, ready for the journey, along with Mrs. Bird's umbrella in case it rained. They hadn't gone very far when Paddington spotted a bench. Perhaps we ought to eat our sandwiches now, Mr. Gruber, he said. If it rains, they might get wet. While they had stopped, Mr. Gruber showed Paddington some photographs of the places he wanted to visit. I thought we might go on what's called a hop-on, hop-off bus, said Mr. Gruber. You can come and go as you like, so it's possible to see lots of different sites with only one ticket. I don't think I've ever been on one of those before, said Paddington as they went on their way. It sounds very good value. But as they turned a corner and Paddington saw the waiting bus, he nearly fell over backwards with alarm, for part of the roof was missing. I think the driver must have gone under a low bridge by mistake, he explained. Mr. Gruber laughed. Don't worry, Mr. Brown. It's made that way so that the passengers have a good view of the sides. If you wait here and from here, he continued, I'll get the tickets. Then we can make sure of seats in the front row. That's a good idea, said the inspector. The early bird catches the worm, and I am expecting a large party of assorted overseas visitors any moment now. Perhaps I can interest you in one of these booklets telling you all about the trip, said the inspector. It comes in lots of different languages. Paddington was most impressed. Thank you very much, he said. I'd like one in Peruvian, please. Peruvian? Repeated the man. I'm afraid we don't get much call for that. You don't get much call for it, exclaimed Paddington. Everybody speaks it in darkest Peru. You don't even have to call out. And he gave the man a hard stare. Wait here, said the inspector nervously. I'll see what I can do. No sooner had the inspector disappeared than Paddington saw a crowd approaching. So he raised Mrs. Bird's umbrella in case he had a job finding him again. I'm sorry we are late, panted the leader of the group. We got held up. Paddington politely raised his hat. That's all right, he began. We can't all be early birds. I'm forming a career. Before he had time to say anymore, he found himself being pushed to one side as there was a mad scramble to board the bus. Paddington watched in dismay as everyone on the top deck began fighting over the front seats. I wouldn't sit there if I were you, he called. There may still be some worms from the birds. But he was wasting his breath, so he tried again. Excuse me, he called. Lifting one leg, he waved the umbrella. It's a hop-on bus, and I'm afraid the two front seats upstairs are reserved. Hold it, you guys! The leader gave a loud blast on his whistle. Phew! Phew! You are supposed to hold everywhere, okay? Pass it down the line. What's happened now? Came a voice when everyone was settled. Paddington considered the matter for a moment. I'm not sure, he replied. I shall need to ask Mr. Gruber, but I think you look at the view. Then you hop off again. You? wailed someone. What view? Their voices were lost in the general commotion as the leader blew several more blasts on his whistle, "Whew, whew, whew," and issued fresh instructions. "I came on this trip to see the sights," protested a lady as she stepped off the bus. "Not become one." "I'm worn out," gasped another, collapsing into her husband's arms. "And we haven't been anywhere yet." A number of passers-by stopped to watch, and several children joined in the fun. Soon the whole pavement was alive with figures. Paddington tried closing his eyes, but whenever he opened them, more people had arrived. He was very relieved when he spied a familiar figure pushing his way through the crowd towards him. "Are you all right, Mr. Brown?" called Mr. Gruber. "This place looked like a battlefield." "It feels like one, Mr. Gruber," said Paddington. "I was trying to save our seats in the front row, but I'm afraid I wasn't quick enough." "The inspector gave me this booklet," said Mr. Gruber. "He said he's very sorry it's in English, but he suggested we find somewhere quiet to read it until the fuss had died down. There is a little cafe over there. I'll hurry on ahead and reserve a table." Mr. Gruber hadn't gone very far before Paddington felt a spot of rain on the end of his nose, so he stopped to open the umbrella. Almost immediately he heard a whistle and a voice shouting, "Follow him, you guys! Don't let him out of your sight!" Paddington hurried on his way as fast as his legs would carry him. Even so, he only just managed to reach the cafe ahead of the others. "Quick, Mr. Brown!" hissed a voice from behind some potted plants. "Over here! There is some cocoa its way!" "I should be careful with your sips, Mr. Brown," warned Mr. Gruber as the waitress arrived with 2 steaming mugs. "It looks very hot, and they may give the game away." "I don't know about my sips, Mr. Gruber," gasped Paddington. "Don't know," as the crowd burst through the room. "I'm beginning to wish I'd brought my disguise outfit." "There you are!" cried the leader. "I've never known a tour captain so hard to keep up with." "Tour captain?" repeated Paddington. "You were holding up your umbrella," said the man. "That's what tour captains always do. It's so that people don't get lost." "I'm not a tour captain," said Paddington hotly. "I'm a bear." The crowd fell silent as they took in the news. "You mean we have been doing all that helping around for nothing?" complained one of the party. "I thought it was some quaint old English custom." "What are we going to do now?" cried someone else. We have missed our bus. Paddington looked out of the window at the rain and then at his booklet. I think I've got an idea coming on, he announced. After explaining what he had in mind, he waited for the others to settle down. Then, while Mr. Gruber held up his pictures one by one, Paddington read from the booklet. If the words didn't always match up with the pictures, no one seemed to mind, and in the end, as the sun came out again, they all applauded. That was the best tour I've never been on, said someone amid general agreement. I didn't know Buckingham Palace was over 60 meters high, said a lady as the party began to leave. I'm afraid it got mixed up with Nelson's column by mistake, explained Paddington. It's a bit difficult with pause, and I must have turned over 2 pages at once. Never mind, said the man. The exercise has done us all good. I haven't felt so fit in years. And to show how pleased they were, everyone dropped a coin or two into Paddington's umbrella as they went past. Well, said Mr. Gruber, when it was all quiet again. What do you think of that, Mr. Brown? I think, said Paddington, I might become a tour captain when I'm old enough. It seems a very good job for a rainy day, especially if you have your own umbrella. And this is the end. And this is the end nowadays. Now, please look at me. We will turn on your sound for everyone. And everyone can talk with us about Paddington. So let's turn on your sound. Let's turn on the sounds for everyone. So, my dear,
Hello.
tell me please, do you like Paddington tour in London?
Yes, of course.
Yes, you like. And was Paddington a good tour captain? What do you think? Was he a good tour captain?
Yes, of course. It's very good, your captain.
He is a very good captain. Yes, tour captain, really great. And what can you tell me about Paddington?
He's cute.
Cute, yes, I remember, but anything else? He is not only cute. We told last lesson that he was kind. He was cute, but he's also very, very clever. Yes, he's very smart.
Yeah.
He's very clever and smart. Yes, He's brave. He's also brave. He's not shy and cowardly. He's brave. Astya, can you tell anything about Paddington? What do you think?
Что, вот? Я не расслышала просто.
What can you tell us about Paddington? Can you tell anything about Paddington? What do you think of him? Do you like him or not? I have many Nastyas here.
He's a bear.
So, okay.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He's a bear.
He's the bear, yes. George, and what do you think of Paddington? Can you tell? What do you think of Paddington?
He's maybe clumsy.
He's really clumsy. He sometimes is clumsy. So, okay, my dear, have you been to London? Have you been to London? No.
Yes, I have been.
You have been. Great.
I have
So,
been.
I also have been to London, and I wish that you all went to London too and have this grand London too. So please go to London.